My name is Christy Aloisio, and I'm a counselor at Healing Hearts of Indy in Indianapolis, Indiana. Today, I want to talk to you about sexual addiction. So sexual addiction is a fairly new topic that has come up in the last several years that still has a lot of controversy around it. There's still a lot of people that question whether it's a real addiction. Is it something people really struggle with? Do they just use it as an excuse? There's all kinds of research and people talking about sexual addiction. So in my opinion, I see sexual addiction all the time in my office. I feel like it's a growing issue in our society. I think ease of finding pornography and being able to meet people on the internet very easily has really created this to be a big problem in our society, and I see it a lot, and it really causes a lot of damage to families and to relationships. So today I just wanted to talk about 3 areas that if you are struggling with it may lead you to believe that you have a problem with sexual addiction. If you fit into these 3 categories, you may say this is definitely something that I'm struggling with that I need to work on. I will say these are a good way to kind of start evaluating what's going on with you, but it does not replace really being evaluated and talking to a counselor to really see if there is a problem and how deep that problem is, or how much you may be struggling with a sexual addiction. So here are the 3 things. So the first one is shame. If you are feeling shame about any sort of pornography use, objectifying women, an emotional type relationship, physical affairs that you're having, then that is a good indication that you may have an addiction going on. All addictions are really based around shame. There's some sort of feeling of insecurity, feeling bad about yourself, not liking yourself, self-loathing, that usually leads to some sort of acting out, which equals relief for that person. So in the example of drinking, I'm not feeling really great about myself. I had a really bad day at work. I think I might be getting fired, so I'm going to drink so I don't have to think about it. I can make it go away. But then, before you know it, you wake up the next day and your shame has grown, because now you feel even worse because now I drank last night, now I feel awful, now I'm late for work. And that shame actually grows and pushes you to act out again or to drink again. And sexual addiction is very much the same. So if you've ever felt shame for the amount of time you've watched pornography, things that you've missed because of pornography, that emotional relationship with a lady at work that feeling shame about, whether some of the stuff I wouldn't say if my wife was standing here, that could be a good indication that there's an issue going on. So if there's shame wrapped around any of your sexual activities, impulses, then that could be an indication that there's something deeper going on. So the second one would be that you've tried to quit or decrease your use and you haven't been able to. So saying things in my head like, this will be the last time. Gosh, I can't ever waste this much time watching pornography again. I can never miss my son's baseball game again because of this. This is going to be the last time I contact her because, I know that I'm going to be hurting my family. So if you've ever said these things to yourself, but you've still acted out again, you still acted upon them, then again, there's probably a good indication there that there's an issue going on. So, we always, with addiction, you always try to rationalize in your brain. Your brain's really trying to figure out how it can get what it needs, and so it's going to tell you, oh, this is the last time, or no one will ever find out. Those are things that we rationalize to be able to get our addiction. So if you've said those things to yourself, there's a good chance that there's a problem going on. And the third one is that you've experienced consequences from your sexual addiction. And just to lay it out there, it is not just legal consequences. Just because you haven't been arrested for anything, or that you're not looking at porn that is illegal, doesn't mean that there's not consequences in your life. We can have consequences in our relationship. We have health consequences. We can have financial consequences. If you're causing consequences at your job, losing time, being late, or legal consequences, any of those could really be an indication that there's a bigger problem going on. So if you feel like you have these 3, or at least 2 of the 3 regarding sex, there's a good chance you're struggling with a sexual addiction. And it's probably time to go in and get evaluated. And recovery for an addiction is very important, and with that you need guidance and support. So if you have any questions or want to schedule an appointment, my contact information, my email address is Christy, CHRISTY, @healingheartsofindy.com.